It's been 5 years since Britain officially left the European Union, a historic, often divisive moment that changed the trajectory of the nation. But today, something strange is happening. A quiet storm is brewing in Westminster. And at the centre of it? Prime Minister Keir Starmer. Despite publicly promising to respect the will of the people and honour the Brexit vote, behind closed doors, a very different picture is beginning to emerge. Is the UK being quietly steered back toward Brussels, not by foreign powers, but by its own leaders? But first, a quick reminder, over 95% of our viewers aren't subscribed. If you enjoy this kind of content, hit that subscribe button. It's free and it helps us keep going. Thank you. Multiple sources inside government now suggest that Starmer is laying the foundations for a silent U-turn on Brexit. On May 19, he's scheduled to host European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen and Portuguese PM Antonio Costa in London, an event being branded as the start of a new era in UK-EU relations. But behind the photo ops and press releases, the real agenda could be far more controversial. Reportedly, Starmer's government is aligning UK food standards with EU regulations. Each of these, taken alone, might seem harmless. But together, they paint a picture that's hard to ignore. The slow reabsorption of Britain into the EU system, without a vote, without debate, and without the people's consent. The shift hasn't gone unnoticed. One of the UK's most senior judges has reportedly requested a private audience with King Charles III. The reason? Grave concerns over the constitutional implications of Starmer's quiet manoeuvring. While the monarch cannot directly intervene in politics, the fact that such a request was even made is extraordinary, a sign that the very foundations of parliamentary sovereignty may be at risk. Even legal experts close to the Supreme Court warn that accepting ECJ oversight once again could mean the UK is surrendering judicial independence, all over again. And it's not just law. One of the most controversial moves on the table is the proposed youth mobility scheme, a deal that would allow young Europeans to live, work, and study in the UK. Critics say this is just the beginning. First youth schemes, next, freedom of movement. And it's happening fast. Labour's Yvette Cooper is now being pushed into the spotlight as the party's new tough-on-immigration face, but even that is causing backlash. Why? Because her proposed policies, like taxing universities that host international students or banning foreign care workers, are seen by many as nothing more than PR stunts. Moves designed to sound tough, without offering real solutions. Perhaps most alarming of all, Britain is being drawn into EU defence frameworks. Joint military coordination. Shared AI security systems. Surveillance alliances. And British tax money potentially funding EU military operations, without any real say over how that money is used. This isn't cooperation. This is dependency. And Starmer's justification? He says these moves are necessary in light of global instability, the war in Ukraine, and the possible return of Donald Trump to the White House. But critics argue it's not about security, it's about political convenience. A way to quietly undo Brexit under the cover of international turbulence. After suffering massive losses to Reform UK in the recent local elections, Labour's panic is showing. Polls are shifting. Nigel Farage is back in the headlines. And across Labour's traditional heartlands, voters are angry. They feel betrayed, not just by the Conservatives, but by Labour too. And now, even Labour MPs are sounding the alarm, warning that mimicking populism won't beat it, it will only feed it. Because here's the truth. The public didn't vote for a managed return to Brussels. They voted to leave, to take back control. And if Starmer is trying to reverse that decision in secret, there could be serious consequences. This isn't just another diplomatic summit. May 19th could be the most consequential date in British politics since the Brexit referendum itself. It's not just about trade, or defence, or immigration. It's about democracy. If you believe the public deserves a say, share this video. Comment below, do you trust Starmer's vision? Has Brexit already been reversed in all but name? And don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon, and check out our shop if you want to support independent news that puts you first. Because the next few weeks could define the next decade. Stay informed. Stay sharp. And most of all, stay free.